Hello. If you don't know me, my name is Jana Barkley. My husband Brent and I have been residents of Dundas County for our entire lives. Prior to working at the WDMH Foundation, I worked for Dundas Manor Long-Term Care Home for almost 6.5 years as an activity aide. Assisting residents with activities of daily living was my main role. Dundas Manor is the only long-term care home in Dundas County. It serves numerous families and their loved ones from many regions with a person-centered care approach provided by some of the most dedicated and caring staff I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Person-centered care means learning what is important to residents, providing individualized care that they need, and doing our utmost best to care and engage with each person as the unique and special person that they are. During the time there, I made many new friends and still go back to visit from time to time to see how everyone is doing and spend some quality time with some of the residents who I have grown to love over the years. You may or may not be aware, but it is time to build a new Dundas Manor. The current home is almost 45 years old. During my time at the manor, the need for a new home was a hot topic of conversation among residents, their families, staff, and volunteers. And it still is. The home is filled with care and love, but the building itself does not measure up to that caring and loving atmosphere that is built on the hearts of an incredibly dedicated team. The building is deteriorating and no longer serves the needs of our residents and staff. The time to build a new Dundas Manor has finally come. To share some of my experiences that I had and some of the deep connections that I forge with some of the residents who call Dundas Manor home. They are who motivate me to work closely with you, our caring community, to help build the new Dundas Manor. They deserve it. Now I am going to share with you some special people who matter a lot to me and a bit about them and how I feel that they will benefit by moving into the new Dundas Manor. Dave is a resident that I work closely with from my first day at Dundas Manor. He is very social and likes to visit with residents, staff, and visitors to the home. When I started working at the home, he would ask meaningful questions about my past, my family, and what kind of music I liked. Dave's biggest passion in life is music, doo-wop being his favorite genre. When we found out from his sister that he wrote a book and it was published, we took it upon ourselves to find a copy for him. The home celebrates Dreams Come True Day a couple times a year. We found, purchased, and presented his book to him at the ceremony. He was overjoyed. This small act of follow through encouraged him to begin the research for the next volume. It is still a work in progress. Dave's extensive knowledge of rock and roll history and artists gave us great talking points. I enjoyed many of the fun facts he would share, listen, and discuss artists and songs. We had many great times listening to funny songs or watching videos, classics of American Bandstand, explanations of how to do certain dances, and it seems there was a dance associated with every song. And documentaries, so many documentaries. My days working with Dave began as soon as I walked in the home. He would be in the dining room, wish me a good morning, and before I could reply, he was asking if he could do something of his choice. If a certain performer was coming to entertain the residents, he knew if he wanted a front row seat or to just sit out in the back and enjoy the show. He has such a zest for living in the home. His sister always expressed gratitude for that. Prior to COVID-19, I would often set him up on a resident computer to complete research about his music artists. Because of infection control, those stations had to be stored away. So I would assist him with using a smart TV or iPad to watch programs or complete research. He fell in love with the show When Calls the Heart, and I am sure he has watched every episode at least 2, if not 3 times. When I spoke to his sister Brenda with updates, she always expressed her gratitude for the care and support we provided to her brother. She was so grateful that he got himself involved in the home. Dave really was one who got himself involved most of the time. He expressed his wants and desires. He made a point of sitting where he could see people coming and going in the home. He asked visitors lots of questions, and many of them would return to the home to see him even after their loved ones had passed away. Dave would benefit so much from a new home. He currently lives in a ward room with 3 other men. Dave was in a very large wheelchair, and the ceiling lift is awkward for staff, but for his safety, it has to be used. The narrow doorways going to and from places were always an issue because his wheelchair just fits through them. Because he enjoyed being in the heart of the action, it put his feet at risk of being bumped by other wheelchairs, walkers, and passersby. With spacious common areas, this would no longer be an issue. With wider doorways, staff could move him about easily to the places he would like to go and to the programs he gets excited about attending. In his own room, his mechanical lifts would be designed into the space and not a nuisance or an eyesore. He could have a research station set up in his own room. He could display many of the things he loved. Dave had, prior to his move to the home, an extensive rock and roll vinyl record collection. His space being what it is currently, he had to give up his lifelong collection to friends. It was heartbreaking to hear because he spent most of his life accumulating his collection. When an image of a record would show up on the screen of a YouTube video clip, he could tell me if he owned it, what record label it was under, who produced the album, and many other fun facts about the band or individual members. In the new home, that would not be the case. He would have said, go into the milk crate and pull me out my 45 of the platters. He told me a story about how he took a trip to New York City specifically to visit a few record stores because some music could not be purchased in Canadian stores. Imagine if, following sharing that story, he could have listened to those specific albums. Dave loved all the things about cowboys and outlaws of the American West. He loved documentaries about Buffalo Bill, Doc Holliday, and Wild Bill Hickok. I would find and watch movies at home to see if he would enjoy them and that they were tasteful for them being played in the home, because where he would view them are common areas and spaces that all residents and their guests can use. TVs are in most resident rooms, but the home has Netflix, YouTube, and other media accounts. He loved to watch movies on the smart TVs because the screens are large and the picture is very clear. In the new home, all residents will have space in their rooms for personal TVs to enjoy programs they want to view without distractions from others, and without having something on that may offend, scare, or upset another resident. In his new living space, Dave will be able to listen to the music he likes without needing to wear headphones because he will not be disturbing anyone. Dave will be thrilled the day he moves to the new Dundas Manor. He will enjoy all the common areas and socialization spaces, as well as having privacy in his own room. He will be very excited in anticipation of the move, and he will personally benefit tremendously from the new home in all aspects of his life at Dundas Manor. I look forward to being able to witness these positive changes following his moving into the new home someday soon. I hope this story makes you feel more connected to Dundas Manor and some of the beautiful people who live and work there. I hope you are inspired to learn more about the manor. Please ask us any questions you have. None of us know what the future has in store for us. Dundas Manor helps keep families together even though they are living apart. The manor is an incredible gift to our local healthcare system and is worthy of financial support. I thank you for taking this time today. My team looks forward to speaking with you about how you can be a part of this incredible campaign and make a gift to support changing the lives of so many families in our amazing community. Thank you.